welcome to NFL Live on a Friday. We have RC, we have Mina. Swagoo will be along shortly. Super Bowl 59 rematch is the headliner this week, but we got things underway last night. The Green Bay Packers hosting the Commanders at Lambeau, and what a follow-up to Week 1 they had, RC. Although the Pack lost Jaden Reed early in this game, he has a broken collarbone. That's okay, because Jordan Love found a lot of other folks, including Romeo Doubs.
Romeo Doubs here. Quick inside move on Mike Sandistrio. It's a big start for the Green Bay Packers.
And then in the second quarter, Love throwing it downfield for Malik Heath. What a catch as the Pack scores twice on 90-plus yard drives.
You mentioned earlier, Jaden Reed goes down early. People like Malik Heath stepped up and made big plays the whole time. And then Josh Jacobs, a guy who just finds the end zone every single game, gets in there one more time.
And the Pack leads 14-3 at the half. Micah Parsons continuing to make that defense even better. Daniels sacked 4 times, 12 quarterback hits on Jaden Daniels, and they miss a field goal too. That kicking game wasn't even working for the Commanders. Now they're trailing 17-3. He has time, and he finds the old man, Zach Ertz.
Jaden Daniels continued to fight Zach Ertz here with a smooth move in the open field. He fights for the pylon and gets it in.
Ertz actually had the best game of anybody on the offensive side there, believe it or not, for the Commanders. Packers next drive, they answer. How about Tucker Kraft in a game that he had?
Hey, I tell you what, Tucker Kraft is still open somewhere in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Packers win. Here's Micah.
Defense wins championships. J Love, I think, you give us 20 points, we should be able to win that game. It's all about getting stops and getting the ball back into the offense. As y'all seen against Baltimore, Buffalo, you can have a quarterback damn near have a perfect game but still lose because guess what? The defense gave up, 40 points? So defense won championship. They want to, I think the fans like points and they like to see the big plays, but when you play great defense, it's just so beautiful to see.
They're, like I said, they executed their scheme, whatever it was. They executed really well because they won the game. And we just didn't make plays. Starts with me, starts with everybody up front, starts with the whole offensive skill group.
The Packers blitzing Jaden Daniels, that was a difference maker. He was pressured on 9 of those 15 blitzes, sacked twice, completed only 3 of 11 throws, worst completion percentage, not just by him, but by any Washington quarterback over the last 15 years. Yikes. Micah Parsons played 15 more plays than he did in Week 1, 69% of their plays on defense. Mina, what'd you see from that Packers D last night?
You know what I love about watching Parsons in this defense, Ryan? They could have traded for him and then just said, okay, cool, line up outside the tackle, we're going to rush 4, win on every down. Instead, Jeff Hafley, their defensive coordinator, uses him as like the queen on the chessboard, mixing up his alignments, sending pressures, both real and simulated, in different situations. And then you have other defensive linemen taking advantage of their one-on-ones. Devontae Wyatt, Brooks, Rashawn Gary, who was excellent as well. I think what you're seeing in Green Bay right now is what happens when you have a true force multiplier talent, and that's what Micah Parsons is, but you also have exceptional creative coaching. That combination is so hard to stop, and it's a big part of why Parsons' impact goes far beyond what you see from him in the box score.
But I love the fact that you mentioned Jeff Hafley first, right? Because that's a big piece of what they're doing. He's continuing to coach. He's not relying on his players to make up for the X's and O's. He's putting his players in position to win. And we thought that this defense would be good coming into the year without Micah Parsons. But what I did love about the way that Brian Kunikes made this deal was he didn't give up a pass rusher to gain one. He didn't say, hey, Lucas Van Ness, we're going to send you over to the Dallas Cowboys. Rashawn Gary, we're going to send you over. And so there are often times where you're seeing pressure on Jaden Daniels and you're looking for number 1 and you realize that Micah Parsons is on the sideline. And then now the second level, we're seeing Edgerrin Cooper play at an all-pro level, Quay Walker come into his own, and now Keyshawn Nixon and Nate Hobbs and Carrington Valentine, a spot that could have been a negative for the Green Bay Packers. They ain't got to cover long enough so we can figure it out. I love the way that this offense or this defense is working on every single level.
The play of the cornerbacks has been the most shocking thing to me, Ryan, because I thought this front seven was good already. They were good last year, but I thought going into this season that DB group, the corners in particular, were going to be a weakness on this team. I thought players like Hobbs and Nixon might be better suited for playing the slot. did not look like that last night. I mean, Keyshawn Nixon was unbelievable getting hands on the football. And I think you see, and Ryan, I know you know this very well, is how much a secondary can feed off of knowing that their pass rush is going to apply pressure and get home. They're playing with a level of confidence and coverage that, frankly, I did not see last season. And again, this goes back to Parsons and that force multiplier effect. You truly see it at every level of this defense right now.
And also, too, Michael Parsons wearing his cute little hat and saying that defense wins championships. That's an absolute fact. But what we also have to remember is this team scores well early on in the game. So they've been up in both of these games. They've been able to hunt in both of these games. The simulated pressure, bringing one extra rusher from the second level, or winning with 4 players up front. You get an opportunity to do so much, disguise in so many ways, because you're ahead on the scoreboard. And so I get it, Micah. Yeah, Baltimore gave up 41 and they lost and all of those different things. But because your team strikes first with the big play, Jordan Love's pushing the ball down the field, it now works complementary with what you do well on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh my gosh, good organization, good coaching, good quarterback, great trade. Let's go.
Yeah, they're winning. They are winning.
And look who's finally joined us on NFL Live, halfway through the show.
I did the swag wave over here. I'm doing the swag wave.
Yeah, RC.
Thank you, RC. Thank you, man.
RC and Mina carried the show. I just want you to know. And now that you're finally at LSU, weigh in.
Just blame it on me, Hannah. Blame it on me. I'm not the type to snitch. Just blame it on me.
No, we're just teasing you. I'm confident it was someone else's fault. Absolutely confident. But we do want to get your thoughts on last night, what you saw from the Packers.
Yeah, what I loved so much was that they still featured Josh Jacobs, even with the numbers that Jordan Love and these wide receivers were able to put up. And you would think that throughout the course of this game that they found something against the Washington Commanders, and they would have stuck with trying to push the ball downfield. But Josh Jacobs and a heavy dosage of him, I think, helped this entirety of this offense. But it talks about balance. I still like that Matt LaFleur likes to run the football even when having success in the pass game, because if you watch that game, you start to wear on people as it goes along. And Josh Jacobs is that battering ram, that offensive line start leaning. In turn, you get people to start walking up near the line of scrimmage, and then Jordan Love is finding wide receivers wide open. So it was an element. Y'all know I love the run game, and I know Jordan Love put up 290. But I still love the fact that there was 20-plus rushes out of the backfield for Josh Jacobs.
Micah Parsons continues to impact that defense. What do you think about the chance of thank you, Jerry?
Yeah, it makes me god-awful sick, Hannah. It really disturbs me that I had to listen to that on Amazon Prime, and my dog Andrew Whitworth sitting next to him all glistening and gleaming about how happy he is for Micah. I'm happy for Micah too. I'm just not happy for my franchise getting rid of him. But anyway, if I was the Green Bay Packers fans, I would say thank you, Jerry, because he is absolutely wrecking football games. And I know people gonna look at the numbers, and I know they're gonna talk about only a half sack, but you look at the pressures, you look at how everybody around him is elevating their level of play and playing a little bit more free on that defensive side. And this is the reason why the hype train has started with Green Bay as far as being contenders.
Yeah, they were just swarming on defense. It felt like everybody was everywhere.